Guys, we're at Crown Point. So the British at Crown Point. So after the French retreat in 1759, General Amherst started the building of fortification here, using as many as 3,000 soldiers and artisans. With control of Canada passed to Britain at the end of the French and Indian War in 1763. Construction ceased, leaving one barracks building unfinished. In April 1773, a chimney fire spread from the soldiers' barracks to the timber walls of the fort, resulting in the explosion of the powder magazine and the virtual destruction of the main fort. Troop strength at Crown Point was gradually reduced until only a tiny garrison remained to surrender the fort to American rebel troops commanded by Seth Warner in May 1775. So you can see over here is Lake Champlain. Let's go take a walk up and look at the fort. Even on this really cloudy day, still very beautiful up here in the Adirondacks. Check out these earthworks. I believe that's what they're called. It's a natural fortification. It's trenches. Wow. This is impressive. So I'm going to read a letter here by Benjamin Crary, a member of the New York militia camped at Crown Point. It says, "There is a large fort begun. The foundation is laid, built with timber and earth, and is 25 feet thick. It is to be built 20 feet high. The inside of the fort contains 4 3/4 acres, and the trench around the fort is about 30 feet wide and is to be 14 feet deep. Besides, there are 3 small forts, a building, and I believe we shall be here until the cold weather drives us away. Our men are kept very hard at work every day, not time so much as to wash their clothes." The fort is of wood, but most masterly manner. It has 5 bastions, mounts, 105 guns, and has casements of 4,000 men. Within the fort are good stone barracks for officers and men, which could conveniently contain 500 men. On the other side here, inside the fort, in the earthworks, you just before we go check out the building here, let's go over here and see what this is. Ah, and the bugs are thick. Yep, and good sized bill with a lot of mosquitoes. Definitely a good area for mosquitoes. Yeah. Alright, let's go take a look inside here. Possibly where maybe a fireplace was at one point. I'm not sure. If that's something to hold some chains up with. There's only one, so not sure. Man, look how thick that wall is. This is crazy. See the mountains over there, that are Adirondacks. Smoke coming off of them. Not really smoke, but clouds are just hanging low. Oh, nice. So there's the back side of that wall. Like doorway going out. I think I found out what the hooks are. Those hooks are for. Those it is, on this one, it's stabilizing the wall. Looks like another, I want to say probably quarters. We'll eventually make our way over there to that building. Not sure if that damage is from the original explosion or just possibly, I'm going to say this might be from the explosion, or it could also possibly be just time. And looks like they're doing some restoration on this side. Could you guys just imagine all these buildings intact, what they looked like? All the British soldiers here doing what they did, their normal everyday routines. I mean, just imagine you're here in the late 1750s, early 1760s, 70s, and this is where your home is, away from your home in England, your family, and now you're here. Now, during the spring and fall and summer months, not too bad, but the winter has to be, it's probably harsh sometimes. Anyway, enough with my rambling there. Let's go check out these quarters. Well, There's a fireplace up there and one down here. So looks like there was definitely a second story. You got the windows up there as well. And I know this is just just think about some artisan making the chimney. Masons building these walls. Again, another room. Now, I know that this was not, I'm pretty sure the way this wall is, it's like it's got like oh, I'm kind of wondering now if this building is the actual barracks. So I'm thinking, yeah, these are definitely barracks, but again, not sure if it's for officers or the enlisted. Let's see here. It says this 1759 and 1912. It says this tablet was erected by the Society of Colonial Wars in the state of New York, AD 1912, to commemorate the capture of Fort Saint Frederick and the erection of this fortress, AD 1759, by the British and Provincial Army commanded by General Sir Geoffrey Amherst. So, it's like, let's have a couple sections of wall left over here where this building was. And I wonder if this was the part of the magazine storage here. Feels great out here though, I have to say that. It's a very nice morning. Definitely got a good chance of some rain later on. Take a look up here. And let's see. Oh wow. I mean, you can really get a good lay of the land up here. So we're on top of the earthworks here. There's the trench. Well, you can just, it's hard to really kind of tell on video, but it's pretty deep. This is pretty high. And just think, they built this all by hand. Maybe some animals helping out, but mainly all by hand. And you can see there's Lake Champlain. And this goes all the way around the fort here. Let's see if we can. That rock's like a natural defense. I mean, this is quite the view. So there's a cross section of the fort. Go take a little walk down through. We're in one of the trenches now. I mean, just in getting over it's going to be not impossible, but difficult. Very good protection from cannon fire. Well, it's going over if it's a direct hit into the earthworks, but good protection. They're bracing this wall up here, keeping all that from falling down. So the most practical mode of travel through the wilderness separating French Canada and British North America during the 18th century was by water. River, the Sorrel River, Lake Champlain, Wood Creek, and the Hudson River furnished a direct route from Montreal to Albany, broken by portages around the rapids at Chambly on the Sorrel and between the southern end of the Wood Creek and Hudson at Fort Edward. Alternate route by way of Lake George involved an additional portage around the falls at the outlet of the lake. So Crown Point, where Lake Champlain narrows to 1/4 of a mile in width, was a natural position from which to control traffic along the route. along this route, French, British, and American forces recognized this fact, and each in turn made the occupation of Crown Point and control of the waterway primary objectives in military planning. In 1731, the French erected a small wooden fort at Point à la Chèvre, now Chimney Point, thereby taking control of territory claimed by Great Britain under the terms of the Treaty of Utrecht, 1713. 1734, right here, construction of Fort St. Frederick was begun on the western shore of the lake, completed in 1737. The fort was garrisoned by about 100 officers and men for the next quarter century. Raiding parties originating from this post, such as the one which burned Saratoga in 1745, kept British frontier settlements in a constant state of alarm. So, Fort St. Frederick was taken over in 1759 by the British, or it was not a very big fort. So, the Fort St. Frederick consisted of an outer bastion, limestone wall, enclosing the citadel, a four-story, 8-sided tower with walls 12 feet thick at the base. Cannon were mounted on each floor of the citadel, and entry was gained by a drawbridge over a dry ditch. This fort within a fort contained living quarters for officers and men, bakery, armory, and storerooms. Swivel cannon were mounted around the perimeter of the fort's walls. It says British expeditions led by General William Johnson, 1755, and General James Abercrombie, 1758, attempted to capture Fort St. Frederick. Without success, in 1759, the French garrison partially demolished the fort before retreating, faced with the impending arrival of an overwhelming force of British and provincial troops under the command of General Geoffrey Amherst. Guys, thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Have a good one.